This is the Andretta Show, and I'm your lady, Andretta, the lady being beautiful me. And we have today a born Dayton, Ohio entertainer, many hats and many faces. Yes, we talk about the homeless situations that she has been heading off with, and then she has her book. Yes, she's an author. She's a mom, still traveling all over. She's touring, where she's going to explain all of that. And well, her name is Vitelle Webb, the real Vitelle Webb. Okay,
The real one.
there's so much more. I want you to go ahead and you tell them. But as we were talking about before we started, the camera started rolling and everything. We were talking about relationships and how we got out of those, and what we got to do to start all over and change some stuff. It's
Right.
taking people out of movies that we got to do again because we not with them no more. It's just like, and that's how I feel sometimes. I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, I probably got to do that song over, or just do another doggone song,
Right,
single.
right.
And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like, who am I gonna find?
Right.
And I'm like, what is it, and what's next with Miss Vitelle Webb?
Man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. We definitely do have a lot of new movies coming, some revamps of some old movies.
Now you said that you got to go ahead and you got to do you basically can't talk about a lot of your things, but I know you're gonna talk a little bit tiny.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely mentioned some of the stuff that's going on. It's just as far as contractual agreements and
Yes.
disclosures and things. I can't go into detail on some of the things, but it's definitely some major things happening. Like you mentioned, the book. I've been on tour with this for 2 years now. I guess it's been a minute. So
You think it's
this? I think
is
it's
it
been
so-
about 2
is it
years.
2
Yeah,
years?
going on 2 years at least.
You wrote this book
It's
back
it's
in
been over a year.
It's been
Because it was during the pandemic, really what kind of
that's what
sparked
make
the book.
everything so
Yeah, it was the pandemic was happening. Matter of fact, I sometimes feel like I caused the pandemic because
Why?
I tell people I'm sorry. It's because I wrote the book and I was struggling. I've been writing this book for 10 years, right?
You
and
have.
so it was a struggle to even get it out. And I finally went through it, and it was the whole world came up against me. And some people understand, when you try to do something that is your purpose to do, it's like the enemy attacks from every direction. And that's what was happening. I literally told the devil, I was like, look, you're gonna have to try harder than that. And then the whole world shut down. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
that was
yeah.
about the time that happened. So I'm like, I apologize to the world for that, but I didn't let it stop me.
That makes sense. No, it makes
It just
sense.
redirected some things.
I guess I have a timeline in my head because I know when we was auditioning for some place over there in Marietta somewhere.
Okay.
And you were telling me about that you was coming out with the book.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling you that I was coming out with my single.
Right.
And we
Gotcha.
talked very little inside, but then
Right.
outside you was going your way and I was going
That's
mine.
right.
And we were talking. So yeah, that's about right.
Yep.
Because my single came out in 21.
Yes. So it's been, time just flies. And especially
Yes.
when you're, you were talking to the women of many hats.
Yes.
You're doing everything. You're doing so much. And it's just it's been
Make
2-3 years.
Make it something stick, I suppose. Huh?
Right.
They all stick.
I mean, it's important. We only get one life to live. I believe in
Right.
living every single moment, walking in your purpose, doing your thing. Don't let any time go to waste. Because next thing you know, we're gonna be some 80-year-old ladies. We probably still gonna be here yes, the Andretta Show. Except it's gonna be
I know, right?
a whole big shebang because it's gonna be in the future, right? It's
Yes.
futuristic. Gonna be stuff flying back behind, all that stuff.
And no matter how ridiculous it looks to them, you like you said, live your life regardless.
Exactly.
So I don't care what
No
you
regrets.
think. I could care less what you think.
Exactly.
I'm doing it. You can at least say
That's right.
when you keep. There was one person said if you, some people are scared of failing, and I think what
Right.
it is that. For success, you are going to fail. Expect to fail. And I don't expect, I really don't look to fail,
At
but
least,
it's
a
going to
couple times
happen.
until you
If
learn.
it does,
Yeah.
it does. And keep it moving. You
Yeah.
learn from that. You learn from
Exactly.
that. I wouldn't say mistake.
Exactly.
I was about to say mistake.
Yeah,
Mistakes.
yeah, but we're no regrets. It's all life lessons. It's part of the
Exactly.
journey. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Tell tell them about the poetic ensemble. I am.
Yes, I am a poetic ensemble. So this is a memoir of my life. It serves three purposes because I'm a multitasker. I got multitasking everything. So it's a memoir of my life. It's also a book of poetry. So it's written in poetry format. So really smooth read, especially for those who don't really necessarily like reading. They can sit and get through this in one night. And it's
Yes.
also the third thing is a self help book. So in the back of it, because I talk about the
Mm-hmm.
situations that I've been through and experienced. In the back, I talk to people about if they can relate to some of these things in this book, which everyone can. It's just never fails. That they can go to the back of this book and you got notes and references like a suicide prevention hotline. You've got homeless
Yes.
information. You got information on dealing with a narcissist. You got like
Talk
anything that
about
I
it.
have been through, right? Anything that I've been through. And I know it seems like a small book, but that's a lot of information packed into one book. And it's because this is the first of many. Each one of these poems in this book is its own separate book and movie.
Tell
So
them
yeah.
about the your tour right now.
So right now, so the main purpose of the tour is to help people to heal from trauma. So between the book, first of all, let me backtrack a little
Go
bit.
ahead.
The name of my production company is Us Three Productions, and so that is kind of the umbrella over everything that I do. So Us Three Productions, we're between music. We're gonna, that's a little drop in a hint for the future that's coming real soon. But between books, theater, film, everything that I produce is based on things that I've been through and things that I've healed and overcome. So I'm helping people to heal and overcome things through the arts. And
Yes.
what better way to do it? Because one thing about it, no matter where the economy goes, what happens in the world, like people want to
People.
be entertained.
Yes.
That is one
Exactly.
thing that people will always spend their money on. You didn't see the movie theaters shutting down. The movie theaters
Who you
open right back
telling?
up. But COVID who? Like,
You right.
so, people are going to spend their money to entertain themselves.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
no matter
You're
what.
right.
But at the end of the day, why not get a purpose from behind it and do some healing in that entertainment?
That's
Because movies stick with you, and that changes you even more than just hearing somebody talk about it or maybe talking to a therapist or whatever. Like, it can have an even bigger impact. So that's what the tour is all about. And so I'm traveling, I'm doing more speaking now, just speaking gigs, which is not really my comfort zone. But as an actress, I just be acting like a speaker. And so I'm doing more speaking gigs. I'm available to get booked for that. I'm getting booked in all different cities around the world right now.
Very good.
So yeah, just performing pieces from the book and then talking about the healing process.
And I have to say, it's called The Nine Lives, right?
Yes,
Nine
Nine
Lives.
Lives. So.
Nine Lives. She is. She's. Okay. How can I put this? She is each life. Okay.
different
That is
characters.
9 different characters, and that's why I say a woman with many hats. And like most of us, like most people, they have many hats, especially women.
Right.
We are everything to our kids and to the community, right? But she is actually showing who she is from a child to to who she is today, going through the abuse that she has gone through, and then and that's healing
Yeah.
through that. Was one of them was yes with the arts, and I have to, like myself, I can relate because dance was one of my
Right.
outlets,
Right. Exactly.
and I always said to people, that would save my life.
Right.
Dance it saved my life.
Right.
I find where you can feel free on that floor,
Mhm.
and that's why I guess
Yeah.
I when I wrote Vitamin D, I felt free, where I talked about like when I see you across the room, and someone. And I started going to this dream, and what we gonna do on that,
Uh-oh.
show. But anyway, I started feeling free. Anyway,
What's this rated? What?
it's classy. It's classy. It's not ratchet, But yeah, I definitely can relate to that, in that you when you're there, people are crying.
Yeah.
And
right.
people they're relating to that, and to the point where you heard somebody like literally out loud wet.
Right.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what we need to do, and you have people on board to help those people,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
that, 'cause
No. Yeah.
for those that are listening.
Yes, that is definitely got to have professionals and people backing you. So yeah,
I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
Because not everybody, how some you just go, you listen, okay, now they done walked away, and like,
right, and
are
then
they
it's
all
over.
right?
And, yeah, it's like back to reality. That's the thing that is the downside of being healed through entertainment, I guess you could say, because you go to movies, you feel all the feels, and then the movie's over and the credits roll, then there's just this sinking feeling like, wow, I have to go back to reality now. So with my shows, like I want to make sure you're taking something with you and you're connecting to the people that can continue to help you. That it doesn't just, that felt good for a moment and then it's over.
Right.
So yeah, it's
Right.
got to be a continued process and just the begin. This is just the beginning of the process.
Are you still doing that scene at the end where the abuser
Yes.
came in? You still doing
Yes,
that one? Okay.
that is definitely a must scene. So
Is what's his name still a part of it?
yes, Garrett. Shout out to Garrett Patterson. Yes, so he's normally plays the abuser, but I have had a couple of different people play because I've done that show so many times. So basically, each book that I write is going to have a movie to it. So 9 Lives is basically the movie to I Am. So just to kind of explain to people who don't have any idea what we're talking about.
Right.
So that's how that works. And it's not just it's a movie and a play in one. And so sometimes I find it difficult to explain it to people because it's so different
9
and
Lives
unique.
and I
like
Am
it's
together.
not. Yeah, it's like it's so unique. It's just a whole. It's brilliance, and that's why I give all credit to God because I can't think of this stuff and I can't make this stuff up. So it's just like wow, that's a great idea. So so it's a one-woman show, and there's so many, and I say one-woman show, but there's so many people involved behind the scenes, yourself included.
Oh, Lord.
She was our lovely red carpet host so many
I
times. She was
tried.
amazing.
I tried.
So yeah, so there's so many team members that make the whole picture come together, and it's just a whole experience, not like just going to the movies and then leaving. You're really in it. Like
You are involved in it, definitely. Then you have okay, and I like how you also have all the vendors come out and so on and they be a part of it, and a lot of them are become personal friends. And also, tell me about the memberships that the classes that they have for the women they're going through abuse and so on. I think it's for marriage. I'm sorry.
That may have been a particular vendor. I'm not really sure, so I don't want to say anybody's name wrong or anything. So you might be talking about a particular vendor, but we do like have different spots for vendors at most of the events. Not always. It depends on the scale that we're doing it on, but that gives people in the community a chance to get involved. So we kind of, as we travel with it, we connect with people in that community to see who's helping with the homeless, who's helping with the people going through abuse, like find out what's what in that community. So when that community comes to the show, now they're connecting to people who are still here with you when I'm gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's a part in this about self-esteem. And I think does it matter how old you are when you're dealing with self-esteem, do you think?
Absolutely not. I think I wrote most of this when I was a teenager, honestly. It was straight from my journals as a teenager.
There's something here that says, sometimes I think people are so busy trying to figure out what I am. They can never really see who I am. Why was I inflicted with this disease? Whose name is secret? I am a proud Black woman, in bold letters. But why can't they see it? Now, I know when I first met you, okay, I didn't, of course I don't care anyway, but the thing is, I didn't see, I don't know what to say. I guess, when you're dealing with this community, and I'm talking about the community of those in theater, because when we met, we were doing theater. Right? Okay, so, I think that what it is that you're dealing with a multitude and massive different types of excuse me, I don't like to say races, but anyway.
Right, yeah. Backgrounds and
backgrounds,
yeah.
yes, thank you. And so when I saw you, I was like, oh, and she's singing, y'all, because we doing karaoke. Okay, we were doing karaoke, right? I ain't bringing up his name because it's not worth it either with what's his face. So anyway, moving on. So when I saw you, I said, "This is a beautiful. She's beautiful," and you see there's a sister in there somewhere, but I'm like, okay, well, all right. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. But it was just like I like her.
But
that's all
but naturally, people automatically want to figure it out, and like
And I didn't go asking questions. Are you Black? No, I never did.
And people do though.
People do. They do. And
no home training.
I'm serious, right? And so when you get to listen to her and so on, and then when she wrote this book, and as a matter of fact, when you go to 9 Lives, you're going to see her talk about that.
Yeah.
And how, man, I tell you, the abuse that this child, I'm talking about you,
Yeah.
people that are listening in, I'm talking to Vitelle.
Right.
That the abuse that you have gone through is just like, oh my gosh, I can relate. So it was just like, who child,
Right.
you know? And I'm trying now. Me, I'm like, I'm bouncing around like, what you doing about everybody else? Because I had this thing where I'm putting this wall up because it's
Right.
like it hurts so much.
Right. Exactly.
You find people do that.
Absolutely.
Have
Yeah.
you done that?
Absolutely, yes, and still do. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, guard your heart." Like,
Yes.
God tells you to do that. You're supposed to do that to an
Yeah,
extent. You know,
yes,
so you
yes,
definitely have to be
indeed.
careful. People hurt people on purpose and then unintentionally too. So
Oh,
you know, as long as we're dealing with human beings, it's gonna be some hurt
you
caused.
got
some
that
pain,
absolutely
some-
right. Up
yeah.
until this very day, honey, it's like,
Yeah. So you gotta
now,
protect yourself.
who are you telling? I just sit
Yeah.
back. Okay, we deal with the spirituality, right? And so now I have learned on one thing. If you don't know who your God is, whoever you serve, okay, get to know whoever you serve, and then you know who you are,
Right.
you know. And I realized there were people that was trying to sabotage me, people that
Right.
are in your face all the time.
Yeah.
And I
that's a
said,
fact.
you know what? When I came to that realization, I
Right.
said, you know what? I don't even care. I will start over. I don't care.
Right.
And I kept it moving, though it still hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still a reminder that's there. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you gotta, even as you were saying that, I've just felt like you gotta be able to let people go. That's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do
Honey.
or learn, I guess,
Honey.
because some people, not everybody's meant to be in your circle and a part of your future, and some people are for a season, for a reason.
And or
And they
lifetime.
supposed to and or a lifetime, yeah.
Yeah.
So or they're supposed to keep moving. So either way, it's like you just keep walking in your purpose and being your best self, and who comes and goes, and you know, just let them do it.
It's amazing that some people are actually jealous of you, that they're supposed to be helping you.
Right.
And or it could be your
We got
mama.
pretty girl problems.
Big girl problems.
Pretty girl problems.
Pretty girl
Pretty girl.
problems.
Y'all
Lord
didn't
have
say nothing about no big
mercy.
girl.
She
Pretty
said,
girl, we got pretty girl
Child,
problems.
I tell you right now, I don't know, but there's a lot you really have to take a big assessment on you.
Right.
And when about what I will not accept anymore.
Exactly.
But I have to say that I realized God was coming to me in part about people.
Right.
And I'm talking about the very people that's in my presence. Okay. And you ever find when you just like, okay, you hear it, then you just keep it moving.
Right,
And then,
yeah.
until like, okay, I'm telling you, I'm showing it to you again.
Right.
I'm showing it to you
Yeah.
again. All right.
Yeah, sometimes we hard headed. It takes a few times to learn the lessons, but
I
it's like, okay,
appreciate
get it now.
I appreciate Source's gentleness, because it wasn't tragedy, but there were some things that needed to end. Tell me
Yeah.
about anything in your life that you needed to end.
Oh gosh, I have a bunch of examples.
But
I mean,
you can all if you want to, but give me these two.
I mean, but like I said, like that was the hardest lesson for me to get through my thick head. When I say it's the hardest lesson for me, it's like this the one that I just didn't want to accept because I was a people pleaser. Like so many of us, especially us women, like we want people to be happy, want to give them what they want, and it's like you can't make everybody happy. You have to realize that, and you have to be able to let them go. And if they don't fit into, your destiny,
they can't go to the next level.
Yeah,
it's not meant for them to be there.
Yeah, so obviously in relationships, and I've been divorced twice. So I talk about divorce in my book. That's a whole trauma in itself. That's an experience that is definitely traumatic.
Right.
So it's like you just those were probably the worst lessons for me. But then when it comes down to friends, like even just not even within the last year, losing friends that have been there forever and thinking like I thought this person was going with me, but I had to. By this time, I'm good at it now. It's like okay, but I have to be able to let them go, let you have them, God. But I still wish them well. I don't have no hard feelings towards nobody. Like Cardi B would say, you got beef with me. I ain't got beef. I got no beef. I got chicken.
I was talking to my daughter yesterday, one of my daughters yesterday, and even actually I spoke to both of them, two of them, and they know I talk about this all the time, and I say it to them. I don't call people friend.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes because they're using so loose.
Yeah.
It's like saying I love
Like
you,
love,
saying I
right.
love you. Stop saying
Right.
that because that's an action word. Those are words you're doing right now.
Right.
You got to show me that. You got to show
Right.
me how what's love mean to you.
Right.
You know, because I had to say I'm gonna just say it. Africans love to say, "Oh, I love you." You just met me, Negro. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Not the Africans.
Cause I did, and I
called
look, and that's my ancestors
Right.
too. But I'm saying it because
Right.
I have been
You
experiencing.
know how y'all be.
I've been. You just met. It's only been a week.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Girl, I done got that within days, but I just take it as a compliment. Like I have a good impression on people. You know.
Let me tell you, when you were there, like across the pond, you across the pond, and you're talking about you love me. How do you love me? And we only wait. What? What are you talking about? Okay, are you going to pay my bills right now? Are you going to like fix my car? Can you fix my toilet? Can you fix a sink? Can you put a roof on? I don't know. Just something that you got to do.
Right.
As a man.
It's funny hearing you say it, but you're real. We should touch on that because, like, people want to be quick to say, "Oh, gold digger, she demanding this, demanding that." Like, no, you have to be able to bring as much to the table as I bring to the table. And when us women, I can only speak for us women, when we get to the point where we know what we bring to the table, oh, watch out, world, because we doing it with or without you. So if you don't come bringing it too, then you just missing out. So it's not like, you know.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I've been attracting these 20-something-year-olds.
Oh gosh.
Baby, do you realize you're my child's age?
Right.
Like,
that's gross.
I don't know, but you know what? There was a man that had said, he said, okay, I'm just going to give you some numbers.
Oh, gosh.
If you 40-something,
Uh-huh.
and he in his 20-something, 20 can go into 40-something, but 40 can't go into 20-something. Do the math.
I can't. Got me sitting over here thinking like, hold on. Let me break this down. That is a mess. I can't do it at all.
Do the math.
The math don't be mathing
No,
for me
it's not
in that case.
mathing. So then I said, but because he's thinking sexually wise, but then you do the math, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. But I said, you know what? I mean, look at Kris Jenner.
Hey.
I'm just saying. And she got the chocolate swirling up in there.
Right.
Okay. And and I'm just saying. I thought to entertain it, but I was like, no.
It don't, to me, it don't seem
I
right.
just
I
said-
take it as a compliment, but it's like, oh, I appreciate you, sweetie.
okay.
That's so cute.
Look now. I just it's been like this. Like I'm like, what is going? But I'm not the only woman that's going through this apparently. And I'm like,
these
what's
kids
going on?
getting bold. I blame media.
Is there something going on? There's a club going on to say, okay, get older women. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know what, the KKK, when they be having their meetings, you know, they got it through the phone, honey. And, you know, and they say, okay, we're going to go out, we're going to start abusing and just attacking black
Somebody
folk.
knows something.
I'm
up
just
in here.
saying, like, what is
Underground
going
tunnel.
on? So anyway, back to you.
Yeah, but you know, older women are more attractive at the end of the day. Like, we know better what we want. So that security is, you know, very attractive.
So what I have to say is, again, if you 20-something, you better learn how to build me something.
Right.
Okay.
You got to come with it, like I said, no matter what the
I
age.
want to cuss, but there ain't going to be no sexing going on, okay? Because if that's all you got,
Right.
bruh, I can get me a toy. Matter of fact, I don't even want the toy. I want flesh. I want a man.
Right.
On there, you know, like when the baby's born, flesh on flesh. I want
skin to
skin
skin
on skin.
contact. Skin to skin.
Skin to skin. That's what I want.
Oh
But
my
anyway,
gosh.
okay. So
You are a
moving
trip.
on. So us
The
three
Andretta show.
productions.
Now you know.
us three. Okay, productions. Okay, that's the umbrella. What else is going on? You got the homeless, the face of the homeless. I'm saying that right?
The face of homeless. Yeah. Close enough.
When I remember when we went to, you had it going on at the theater in is it Decatur?
I'm not sure. That's another one of those shows I've done 13 times. So we have been we had traveled with that. It's been a few years since we've done that one, but it is definitely in demand right now.
Why the face of
so it's coming back.
Face.
The face of homeless.
Thank you. I did say face of homeless.
Right.
Okay, face of homeless.
Right.
So we coming back with it.
Yes.
What are we going to do?
And the reason why it's kind of difficult to get out right is because you would think it would be called the face of the homeless, but
I
it's
say
called
face of the homeless. I said face.
no,
of the
but that's
homeless.
what's natural to say though. But I
Okay.
did that for a reason because I did the face of homeless because I wanted it to be a name, not a description.
Got you.
So that's what makes it different. It's the face of homeless, as in when you think of homeless, you see a person and an image, and that's what the whole show is about. It's about that that image and that visual that you get that is completely wrong. It is correcting that mindset of this is what homeless looks like, because when I was homeless, I looked like this. Okay. That's
Exactly.
what homeless looks like. So it's like, what does homeless look like to you? And that's what the
Right.
show poses, that question. And so between all the different characters in the show and their lives rotating, it show you don't know who's homeless in the show.
No,
but there's
you
several
don't.
homeless people. There's,
They go to work every day.
Yeah.
They have children running around.
Mm-hmm.
They look clean. They nice, like what you're saying
Yeah.
yourself. What else can I say?
I think I did more when I was homeless than I do when I'm not, because it's like I was trying to make it. I was hiding it. I was hiding something, so it was
Okay.
even more jewelry and more makeup and more.
Wow.
Yeah, and going to all the things,
That's
so you would have
something
never
to look
known.
at too, when you really think about it. You're over. What do they say?
Overcompensating.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Because I was about to
I'm
say,
with
you know how men do, because they short in other places, but they
Right,
got big ass house,
Right.
and nice cars, but because they are overcompensating.
Overcompensating.
You know what I'm saying?
And that is the definition, ladies and gentlemen, of overcompensating. It sounds like we teaching lessons on words here.
Oh my word! I'm so sorry. Look. It's a lot of words. I'm excited too. I'm excited because I have Miss Vitelle here today.
Yes,
my
thank you.
this lady here. You can say friend.
Yes.
This one right
Yes.
here.
I'm a good one.
This one you can say friend.
It ain't too many.
You can. They really can't say too much about that, really. You
Right.
know, because you are on board.
Mm-hmm.
When I say on board, you are on top of it. You got three children. They practically grown. The boys
One's
now.
about to be grown in less than a month.
Yeah, they're about to be grown.
My nerves is bad.
Because I remember when they were like, okay. So now
Goes
they
so
like,
fast.
I'm like, okay, hey, how
Right.
you doing?
Right.
And now you got that little one. She's something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Started all over. My little 7-year-old. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're traveling back and forth. What you going to Tennessee? What's going on in Tennessee?
Oh, that's one of those things I can't really talk about right now.
Oh,
but
y'all on it? Okay.
I'm doing a lot of filming. A lot of content coming y'all's way. Just look out for it.
She's done everything,
say
guys.
that.
She's in this business for some time, and to the acting. You've been on many other roles, and you met a lot of interesting people. It just keeps going. So
Yeah.
I say just keep going.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're being recognized, definitely. Even if you're not getting, because I'm still waiting for my award, but that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I just have to keep it moving. But it is a circle. Do you think it's a circle of people? So you've been doing this for some time.
It's really all about who you know. Yeah. I mean, if you take a look, you turn on your TV, it's a lot of people on TV without talent. It's all about who they know.
How the hell?
So,
Look,
yeah.
she just went like, whew,
It's all about-
there's a lot of people without talent.
Right.
And like,
But they know
yeah.
people, so they got the hookup, and so yeah, it's all. That's one of the most important things to me is just networking. Like I still go to all the networking events. I try to show up and support other people's events and stuff because
That's
it's
key.
about
That's
building
key.
those relationships
That's
and
key.
keeping those
key.
relationships. Like yeah,
That
I
is
mean I've had people. Even just recently, someone blessed me majorly, and it was just somebody that I've just kept that relationship with and kept growing. And it's like, I'm not very good at keeping in touch with people. I don't talk on the phone much because I'm booked and busy. But I still, I'll show up and support. I pop up. I post, comment on your stuff. I want to be always seen as a real person, no matter how famous you get. Fame is only based on, how many other people agree with that. So it's like, I don't want to let that get to where I can't talk to people no more because I'm too famous. Like I got my little blue check now and I'm gonna get on there and still comment on all y'all stuff. Like I support. Like
Hey, hold up. People are buying them damn blue checks.
oh
now.
my gosh.
But
Don't even get me started with
I
that.
think there's a season for that. But
Don't get me started with that.
Tell me what's up.
Girl, because I have been working for my blue check for so long. I'm like, if I had to send y'all one more news article, one more IMDb, like I done been in so much stuff. I can't cuss on this. I done been in so much stuff. Listen, I'm like, if y'all don't see that this is me and give me that dang on blue check, I've been over 50 movies, like all this stuff, and they was not approving the check. And then by the time they ready to approve it, then anybody can get one now. I'm like, y'all just devalued this
yes, they
so
did.
much. I'm
Yes,
like, you know
they
what?
did.
I don't even want the check no more. Take the check.
I know, you can keep the damn check now. Because now that I did hear that, so I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
It makes no sense to me trying to get, because they're
It
going to
made
assume
me
that I
so
bought this damn
mad.
check.
Right.
How much is a check?
And,
How much was the check?
girl, I don't know.
I don't even know.
It's a monthly, like it's a monthly membership or something though.
A membership?
Yeah. People, yeah.
A membership?
Don't talk about nobody though. Try not to talk about them.
A membership?
It's just like, it's just so many people work so hard to get to that level of getting the blue check. And then it's like, oh, the rest of everybody can buy it. Even if you just got started, it don't matter.
I'm like, you can keep doing check now.
So
I don't even know what to say. I could care less. You know,
Yeah,
but you know,
very
those
much
underdogs
devalued it.
those are the ones that don't have that blue check. The underdogs are the people that you don't even get to see or
Right.
hear about every single day.
Mhm.
So I would say, look, just keep doing keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
speaking of that, I mean, some of the most, like, I've been doing more networking in different circles lately as far as people with money. Let me just put it that way. I'm trying to network with more of them, people with yachts, people with mansions and things like that. And so I'm trying to take my game up a little bit. But it's like some of those people, either they're not on social media at all because they ain't got time for that,
They usually are.
or they got their people doing their social media, got it scheduled.
Yes.
Or they got like 1,000 followers or less because it's like they just have it, but they don't really use it that often, kind of thing. So I'm really surprised when I like look people up, the caliber of people that I'm now associating with compared to what I used to. It's like, dang, they ain't got no social media. Like I'm noticing that pattern. But I'm like, but they got money though. I'm gonna go with. I'd rather have the money.
They don't have to be.
You can have the social media.
They don't have to be on. So no,
Right, because they're really like they're not wasting time. And so many rich people will tell you that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But it's necessary in some of our cases to have that,
Look,
online presence.
If you're online, you're online, okay? Because I know a lot of agents do seek out talent online.
Right.
now,
So yeah, that's
because
why I say it's good to
it's
have the
different.
presence. But spending all that time and you get on there scrolling, go down a rabbit hole and all that stuff, like you could have been making money.
Basically, look, if you have the opportunity to go ahead and make the money, go ahead and make the money.
Right.
Okay. Some people, their job is to make money online.
On social media, exactly.
Okay, fine. Look, do you. We are not
Do
downing that you,
Yeah.
you wasting time. No, I don't think you wasting time online.
Right.
But if that time is
Don't
taking
let
time
that
away
value
from-
you.
right.
Don't let that define your value. Like,
Right.
oh, I got to have this many followers and this is what makes me look like I'm doing something. I don't want to look like I'm doing something. I'd rather be doing something. Right.
Definitely.
And that's where I've been at lately. Like I'm tell you, just within the past couple of months, it's like I said, everything's a life learning lesson. But just within the past couple of months, I have not had time to be on social media.
Yeah.
I would like to maintain my online presence and I try to pop on there every once in a while, but it's like the more I'm doing behind the scenes and really connecting with people who can make a difference in my life, the less I have time for it. So it's like,
Okay.
there you go.
Yes, amen.
Don't let it define you.
Don't let it define you. No, not at
keep
all.
working,
And I
keep
think the asperosity. Asperosity.
Aspirosity. I be making up words. sometimes,
Asperosity. I'm saying
Aspirosity.
Aspire. Why? Why?
Because it's just, I don't know. It's aspirosity.
Okay, so
it's when you're aspiring to do something, and it's just the description of that. Being a part of the aspirosity.
I added a word.
I
in
didn't
there,
make
guys.
myself
Okay,
up.
aspire.
I need a whole dictionary.
Okay, no problem. So to all my young aspirers, aspiring to be, I keep inspiring the aspirers. As they inspire me, it's like one big circle of aspirosity. Aspirosity.
Aspirosity.
Okay. So everything that we just talked about, you
love
being
the way you read
online,
it.
to being online and everything, understand. If you're online, look, you do that thing. As long as it shouldn't take, as long as it should not be interrupting what you need to be doing.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Whether that is you building your own business or whatever it is that you're doing, have a balance.
Right.
Okay.
And figure out how to make it work for you. Because
Yeah,
like
so-
you mentioned, you can't make money online.
So as long as we continue to shoot for the sun, we will land amongst the stars. Okay.
you got to read it like that.
Oh So when I began to doubt, I think of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, as he had a dream they didn't believe. He proved it in them to them somehow. So, and how much greater was his dream then than our dreams
dream
now.
Exactly.
Okay, I need to say
I
that
mean,
again.
that's real. Like, let me just break that part down for y'all. Because, first of all, Martin Luther King's always been like, that's my hero. That's the first, if somebody asks you a hero, they always ask that in school. That's the
And
first
some people will beg
go-to
to
that I
differ,
go to.
But whatever you say,
yes.
he still did it.
He's a human. And I know he got his life and his past and
whatever.
stuff. But the impact that he's had on the world,
Yes.
like, and we think about, we often visualize it as if only people from that day and age or that era can do that because there was
That's
so
not
much
true.
wrong. You know, like there's so much impact. Like we can have a Gandhi right now.
Yes,
we
we
can
can.
have a Martin Luther King right now. You could literally be that.
He's somewhere, but we haven't seen him online.
Right, but it's like so many people worry about everything else. You know, like I'm a world changer, and I always have been. That's why people like that, Rosa Parks, like these people have people that's willing to risk their life. Let me get it out. Willing to risk their lives for the cause and for the greater good of other people.
Yes.
And the world being a better place. Like that's me all day. So
Okay.
it's no difference.
So that's how we broke that down.
That's how we broke it down.
Oh, okay. So we are now because we will be. We are now because we will be. Okay. I see how that works out right there. Okay. So when we believe that it's already done, that's when we'll see.
Exactly.
And we saw.
Period.
And we saw it. We saw it. Yes.
So basically, whatever it is that you're aspiring to be, whether that you want to be a published author, you want to be a singer, you want to have an album, whatever your dreams are, like
public speaker,
do it. You know, it's like
dancer,
do it. You are now. Like believe
CEO.
that you are that now, and that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna manifest that, and you manifest it so much quicker when you see it already done.
Okay, she got the cop in this book. Okay, we talk about the cop. Okay, prisoner of age 18. Yes, we talk about self-esteem. Okay, superwoman. Okay,
that's them lady with all them hats.
Dissolution of marriage. Dissolution of
that's
marriage.
That divorce. Big D word.
Tell me about that one.
Man, so obviously that title, if anybody ever got a divorce before, you know when you get them papers, that's what it says at the top. Dissolution of marriage.
What about it?
That's what that's called. But yeah, that big D word is difficult.
What about it?
It's literally like a death.
You know what?
Like you lost someone, but they're still there.
Let me tell you something about. Let me tell you about that death.
It's hard.
It also means rebirth.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. When that clerk was signing my papers,
you was happy.
Let me tell you.
You one of them people threw a party, didn't you? It's my divorce party.
I almost look. I didn't get. Matter of fact, I'm probably still gonna throw that damn party. That was 2009, and I still think about throwing that party. When that clerk was signing my papers, you know how when you have like a lot of groceries and heavy.
Yeah.
Someone took those groceries off of me
and set them down.
I mean, literally.
Yes.
I literally saw a leave me.
A relief.
It was such a relief.
Right.
I was so happy. I was disappointed when he told me, the judge told me that I had to go to parenting class. I said, he not here. I don't know where he at. I still got to go. He said, yes, ma'am, Ms. Garnes, you're going to have to still go. Wow. I said, what? Because there's children involved. So it was only for like a few hours.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go. I want the paperwork signed now.
Right.
So yes.
Yeah, they go through a lot to make sure that this really what you want, before you.
No.
Right.
I had to wait a whole month because I had to put in the paper and all this other stuff. I was like, what?
Right.
I'm like, okay, oh God.
I mean, so from your perspective, I know a lot of people can agree with that standpoint, that viewpoint. So because it can be a relief, especially when you've been through a lot of things for a long period of time, you're like ready for it to be over with.
You think?
But at the end of the day, like you didn't go into it expecting that. I didn't go into
expecting it.
So when you first start to go through that process and that realization,
I should have divorced when I first got married. That's probably what I should have. But I was holding on. That's that part when God was like, I was like, oh,
or not married him in the first place. Now I have had that situation where God was telling me, do not do it, and I did it anyway, being hard-headed, thinking I'm gonna change somebody like most of us women do. I can help him.
You need to stop stop that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Lesson learned.
Can't change nobody.
And then
He ain't your
I
child.
knew I shouldn't have did it in the first place, and now I got to go through a divorce again. So it's always, no matter how happy you are on in certain parts of it, it's still a disappointment. The fact that you're even having to go through it in the first place.
That's why it's
when you
important to have
first
girlfriends.
realize
That's why it's important to have girlfriends that's gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like
real.
even, child. If I can do it again, I will go back to 1993.
What would you do?
Not get married.
In that time machine and just not do it.
I probably won't. No. I could care less.
Yeah.
I could do bad by myself. True. Just like that dog, like Tyler Perry said, they got that plague and everything, and the movie.
Right.
I don't need your help to do bad. What the
Right.
heck is wrong with you?
But I mean, at the end of the day, like that's what helped you develop what you really want.
You know what
you really like.
Absolutely correct.
You got to try to see the good in it.
No, I see the good in it, but I'm having fun with this right now.
Right.
So yes, we're gonna keep it moving. All right.
I be trying not to bash nobody, because my thing is like at
bash.
The end of the day, no matter how many. So I've been divorced twice, like I mentioned,
right.
but and then I've had relationships that didn't work out that I thought were going to lead to marriage and things like that. So
I hate that.
I just feel like all human beings, man and woman, have some issues. And
until
with
baggage,
you got your issues worked out.
You come with baggage.
Yes, you have to work out those issues before you even start dating, for that matter. You need to be happily single and figuring out what you want right then before you get into a marriage. And then y'all both ruining each other's lives. And then next thing you know, you hate each other. Like, it should never get to that point.
You know what? That's why they have these questions that you have to ask before you like. I'm asking those questions probably on the first day.
Right.
As soon as I say hello, my name is.
Right.
Hello, my name is.
And right.
My name is.
Have you ever beat women? Have you like
I
got
no, I had the questions. I don't know what the questions are. I didn't actually write them down, but yeah, those are those specific questions, and those questions would tell you exactly who they are by their approach.
Right.
Okay. Their response to how they answer it, and their approach, meaning their behavior.
Right.
So yes, and then I know I'm out the door.
But and this, I don't know, I can't help giving advice when I'm it's just in me. You also don't want to come off too strong, because
I can't help that part.
But that's you. That's your personality.
No,
and I know
that may be my personality, but I'm just about to sort this.
They can get scared. They could be the one, and you're gonna scare them away because they're like, oh shit, came with a whole list.
Hold up, you can't be the one. You cannot be the one if you scared.
Right.
You gotta know, like, okay, girl, look, calm down.
But
you all right.
But they gonna think, okay, well, she doing too much. So you
gotta
know in your mind.
No, you're doing too little.
Right.
You're doing too little. If I'm doing too much, you're doing little.
I feel like sometimes as women, we gotta play dumb a little bit. It's like I know exactly what I want in my mind, and so I'm watching for the green flags and the red flags. Man, but I ain't got to let you know necessarily that
for the yellow flags.
You should just already know
that for the orange flags.
I ain't got to come with, you better do this, you better do that, else it ain't gonna work.
No,
Bye.
I'm not gonna do it like
you
that.
in the wrong place.
I know how to be. Come on now,
feminine.
I know how to be feminine if you allow me to be. Okay?
Right.
As soon as you start
but as soon as you don't grab the door, you're gonna be like, oh no, you ain't open this door. It's time. I got to go. I ain't even going in here with you.
Come with the BS. As soon as you come with the BS,
it's out.
Brownsville's coming out.
So you really need somebody with just a stronger personality.
I just need you. No, I don't know. I don't want nobody coming at me strong, because that's the worst thing you can ever do to me, because now I'm leaving you alone.
Right.
You don't even know I'm gone. Go ahead.
You just made me think of, so this is trending topics. We do trending topics on this
yes.
show, right? Okay, so let's talk about this girl that did not get out the car at the Cheesecake Factory. Let's talk about this. Okay.
Can I get with the rebuttal? Do you know this chick came back with a rebuttal?
No.
She said, she was talking about, girl, I can have to play. Matter of fact, let me just say it this way. She said nothing. She said nothing. She didn't even give it, she made it worse. She said nothing. I said, all I hear is you doing this. And I don't hear nothing coming out. Right. I don't hear anything coming out. I don't hear no substance.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to come across like her, like you're ungrateful, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because she was real. Yeah, that was.
She said, I'm looking cute looking like this. I said,
and I'm at the Cheesecake
Factory. You and your Fashion Nova dress on, girl. You need to stop.
Right. And that's what I'm wearing today. So I'm the Fashion Nova today.
No, I don't mind Fashion Nova, but the way she was carrying on.
Right.
Like she wearing a $300 dress.
Right.
She wearing diamonds. And, look, Indian dude, whoever he was.
Right. I felt so bad for him.
Who you telling?
I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, look, call me. You take me to the Cheesecake Factory.
I know.
I'm like, and he handled it so well.
He
Like,
did.
I hope he gets a wife off that video. I'm just saying
hope he
because his patience level is up there, and you have to have that with women.
She tried to call this man
put her right out the car
by putting him on film.
And he
like,
handled it.
Let's talk about it.
Right.
I say,
he was like, okay, let's talk about it. And, he was so calm and
no,
cool.
I did. He's like, basically, and not tell us the whole back, girl. You made y'all late for an expensive. He had you going to a nice restaurant,
right?
But you didn't know that.
And then the truth comes out, like you got him waiting an hour. Like, girl, you making yourself look stupid.
And what do Steve Harvey always say? Never, ever be late for a date.
Right.
You never. It's like it's a job interview.
For real.
That's what it is.
Well, I was thinking about her last night. Like, I literally went on a date last night, and I was like 2 minutes. I seen the ETA was like 2 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to be late because I'm thinking about her. I'm like. I don't want to come across like that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm 2 minutes late. He did not care.
Would you blame it for God left you if you were late? If he decided to cancel because you're late?
If I didn't communicate at all and
right.
I just showed up lollygag, whenever I felt like it.
Right.
Yeah, I would not. That would make sense. He should probably do that.
Okay.
Because that's just.
Well, all I can say is that she was a dunce for that week.
Right.
Because she made them late because waiting on you.
Expect nobody wait no hour from me.
An hour?
And then she wasn't even
maybe.
like communicating. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm on the way. Or
exactly.
Whatever.
15. No, but he would. No,
he was waiting there. Right. And she was like, I don't know you like that, so you couldn't come in my apartment. So he waited out in the car that whole time?
Honey, I don't know. However it was, she was an hour late.
I'm so confused.
And my thing is, okay, because he was driving, so that tells me he went to pick her up.
Right. So he's sitting outside her apartment for an hour.
So if this is a first date, why is he picking you up at your place? One thing you don't do is have a man come to your house. Or a woman come to your house. Because then she could be crazy and he could be crazy.
Right.
You know, no, I meet you there.
Right. Yeah,
so why
that makes sense. Yeah.
So he was being a real gentleman.
Yeah. And waited an hour.
I
don't know if he's like sweet patient or if he's a fool. I don't know. It's hard to
No, I think he was just sweet and patient. He was sweet and patient. That's what he was.
Sometimes you can be a little too sweet and patient. Sometimes you gotta just know how to cut. I'd have gave you maybe 20 minutes. If I ain't heard from you or like.
What everybody should know about Miss Vitelle right now, where they can find you.
Okay, all right. I forgot we was talking about me. I done started talking about the craziness in the world.
That's okay.
But, y'all can find me online. You can always Google me. It's Vitelle, Vitelle. But my website is vitelle.net. Vitelle.net. That's VITELLE.net. I also have a text number that people can actually text me directly now. So I got to go ahead and put that out there.
You got a text number.
Yes, y'all can text me on Community. It is 770-626-5075. Make sure you text me. That's the best way to stay in the loop with what I got going on because I'm going to send you out anytime I got events, auditions, all of that stuff. If I'm in your city, I'm going to text it to everybody through there. So definitely hit me up.
Yeah, I'm going to be the girl that's going to be, probably running stuff behind the scenes, but I'd rather be on stage doing something.
Yes.
I suppose. I know. I need to. I'm really trying to expand that part for myself a little bit more. I go to classes and I'll be like, okay, what's next? I'm the comedic part in class. I don't know. I can't. I'm restless. That's right. Me. But anyway,
just keep working.
Just keep working. So okay. So they're gonna find you online, and what is next? Where can we can find you on tour somewhere?
So right now I've got speaking engagements lined up in Florida, Tennessee, and South Carolina, Washington even. I'm kind of all over the place, so that's why I always recommend people to just text me so that I can send it out as it comes up.
Go ahead.
It's constant.
So what's the text number again?
It is 770-626-5075. Once you text that, make sure you follow the prompts, add yourself to my contacts, and then you're in there. You're going to know what's going on from then on.
And take your time with it because reading is fundamental. Okay, so pay attention. So, okay, look, this is the Andretta Show. This is Miss Vitelle. We should just Vitelle. It should be just Vitelle Webb. What's up?
Just Vitelle. It's one name, like Beyonce.
Yes.
Y'all know the last name. Y'all know her last name.
Just like the Andretta Show. Just Andretta.
There you go.
Okay, look. guys, I really appreciate you all listening. Thank you so much for
Thank
just coming in,
you.
sitting down with me and
Yes,
everything.
you know, it's always a pleasure.
Oh, you're
It was
welcome.
fun.
Welcome
I told you
back.
we're gonna forget we're on TV right
No,
now.
I know,
We
I
just chilling.
know. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on set with me, and I'm looking forward to more.
Yes,
I plan on
ma'am.
coming to one somewhere here in Atlanta, unless
Yeah.
you got something. I don't know, whatever. But you know
November
what?
4th actually is the next time you can catch me in Atlanta. Just throwing that out
Okay,
there.
we got it. So we got it. Y'all heard her. So all right then, and that is going to be for the 9 Lives. Is that right?
That one is actually, I'm going to be performing at a fashion show. So shout out to Tanya Ledette Wilson. She's having a fashion show. I'm going to be performing there.
Okay, she's gonna be performing. Are you singing?
I'm going to probably be rapping.
Oh, she's gonna be rapping. She's gonna be performing. Okay. I'm your lady being beautiful me. This is Vitelle. This is the Andretta Show. And I see you next time on Spotify at midnight, okay, Fridays, and YouTube Saturdays on 1 p.m. You can listen now for Vitelle for this show here. And I greatly appreciate you all, guys. I really do. So stay tuned. This is the Andretta Show. I'm out.